Greetings. It's been a while. What's up? How you doing? How's the wife? How's the kids? How's the wife's kids? How's the kid's wife? I don't know who I'm talking to. It is first thing in the morning. It's around 7:30 here in the lovely Mountain West. And I'm exhausted, but it's been a while since I made one of these videos, and more importantly, it's time for a very important one. You'll remember the last one I posted was my trip to Denver, and the one before that was my move here to Laramie from my home over on the East Coast in New Jersey. And today I have some exciting news. After about 7 or 8, maybe 9 at this point, after more than half a year, just under a full year, I have pretty much officially concluded everything that I was hoping to accomplish here in Laramie. I had some really good times and some really frustrating ones, and we've got some that I'm still working out. Always research your landlords. Sometimes they're shitty. Of course, I would never go as far as to expose them. It's really easy to research your landlord too. You just gotta Google their name, just gotta Google it, and the harsh hand of reality will slap the shit out of you. Listen, I took a contract law class when I was getting my business administration's associates, and it didn't make any more sense to me then. So there was really no hope for me in terms of learning to read contracts, and I'm at peace with that. But anyway, my time here has come to an end, and it is time for me to move back to New Jersey for now. I have a job waiting for me there, so I'm gonna spend some time there. I had originally thought about going to the University of Wyoming here, and I did get accepted, but even though this is some of the most affordable school in the country, I just don't really feel at home here, you know? And I've had plenty of time to figure out what's keeping me here. And after reading a very convincing book on the nature of obsession and obsessive love, I realized that that's all it is. I was justifying sticking around because I was obsessed with a guy here, and that's not really doing me any favors. So with a lot of work, I have not cured myself by any means, but I have done a lot of work on myself. So my obsessive tendencies are no longer dictating where I go, what I do, and who I talk to. Are they still there? Abso-fucking-lutely. Do I have them under control? Fuck no. But, you know, we're getting there. And I think the best place for me to continue my work on that is back home. Plus, I mean, I'm a performer. I'm a drag queen, a singer, an actor, a clown, and a Renaissance fair performer. And I left the place where all of those things are in one spot. What kind of fucking stupid... Anyway. It's fine. I bear no ill will towards the guy who, you know, I was lusting after. Even if he did lead me to believe that he was interested, it's fine. People's minds change, and I respect that, even though I am very bitter. I still don't hold it against him. My problems are not his problems. And this was an important lesson to learn, to be quite honest. And I don't regret a single decision I made. No regrets, bitch, no regrets. I made a lot of really great friends out here. I got to do something that's been on my bucket list for quite some time, and that is visit and pay my respects to Matthew Shepard. That's what put Laramie on the map for me. Seeing this other guy here was just the latest. She's elegant. So anyway, I'm making this video to document the process of getting all packed up and physically actually moving home, because I have kind of fucked myself. I have until the 22nd. It's the 11th right now. Oh, it's the 12th. It's the 12th right now. I have 10 days to finish doing everything here, because I leave on the 22nd and today is the 12th. I have 10 days to completely finish packing up my apartment, to get the carpet cleaned, to get everything, all of my address changes made, to finish, and that's all while still working and trying to find time to spend a little bit of time with my friends here, because I'm gonna miss them a lot. And I'll come back and visit, and I'll see them again at some point, but it's not gonna be as easy. To be fair, I hardly leave my house now, so I guess what much of a change is it? But you know what I mean. So point is, I thought I would start by giving you a sort of a tour of my apartment as it stands. I have already done a lot of the packing up, and I still have a lot more to do, but I can give you an idea kind of what the place looks like before I vamoose. So let's get to it, shall we? So starting in the foyer over here by the front door, I found this shelf that I've been using as a shoe cubby over at Goodwill. A pull-up bar that I never use and has turned into a secondary coat rack. Who the fuck is surprised? Here are all the boxes I've been using to pack up my shit. I'm very proud because this whole little crawl space here was filled with completely packed boxes and furniture that's all now safely stored away in my car because I have been productive or something, I don't know. Here is the bathroom. We got this lovely little ledge here. There's stairs above there too, so I always hear my neighbors, you know, fucking stomping about when I'm just trying to light a candle and, you know, shove a lighter up my ass, I don't know. So this is the bathroom. This is a lovely shower, but it is a little small for my big ass self. See what I mean? So, into the main room proper here. We got the kitchen area. Nice and simple. Here is the dress form that I made, which I'm still not sure what I'm gonna do about it. I think I'm probably gonna try my best to bring it with me, but you know, I have one at home already, and this one needs work if it's to persist. We'll see. It's good for just kind of displaying things, so I might. It depends on if I have room in the car, which I might. I have more room in there than I thought I did. It's my first time having a big car in a while. It's a crock pot my friend Nicole gave me. She's probably one of the things I'm going to miss the most about Laramie. She is such a sweetheart, but also I'm a terrible influence on her. So it's like, it's for the best that I kind of dip as soon as possible. This table and that table and all these chairs were all in the shed outside. I don't think I can really get a good look at it from here. Yeah, that place is in a state of disrepair, but a lot of this furniture is from there, and it was just left in there by previous tenants, so I, you know, got permission, and then I cleaned it up, and I brought it in here, and it made it feel a little more like a home, which is nice. This is kind of my work area, well, it was more organized before I started packing. There's my makeshift vanity. And then this couch is the only piece of furniture that actually came with the place, aside from the fridge and the appliances and stuff. So I've done a lot of work in here. It's a little disappointing that I gotta bail, that I gotta dip, but I do. And since I'm gonna be there for 2 months anyway and all of my shit is back on the East Coast, I might as well just, makes the most sense for me to just kind of make it a little permanent. I had a whole rack of clothing here. Yeah, that's space bags fucking galore, bitch. That's 2 air mattresses stacked on top of each other. I have not bothered to make my bed yet because it is first thing in the morning. I'm exhausted and I got a lot of packing to do anyway, so why bother? So that is my place. There's my scouting party. These are the stuffed animals that I was able to bring. I never get rid of stuffed animals. Never. It's my one. I won't compromise. These 3 hens I found at Goodwill and I call them the Ganderson sisters. Suck a dick. That was funny, okay? And no matter what anybody says, I recommend you bring some comfort items like that when you move out. If you're going to college, if you're moving to a new town, whatever it is, bring some comfort items. Bitch, you will need them. When I got here, with how empty this place was and how just lonely I felt, I was sobbing. I was devastated. And if I didn't have that little group of friendos there, I would have been inconsolable. It was rough. So anyway, that's my apartment. So obviously, I'm not thrilled with the circumstances under which I have to leave, because my landlord has turned out to be a cartoon supervillain. Like, has an evil nickname and everything according to the newspapers. Like, it's bad. Anybody who's moving to Laramie, be careful. There are not a lot of renters right here. They only just got a registration system in the last week. There were very few, like the best you had were the Wyoming state regulations beforehand, which is like, you know, if the place is unlivable, you can leave. If you're in an abusive relationship, you can leave. Like, that's basically it. Like, there wasn't much to go off of that and like the federal requirements, you know. no dead bodies or whatever, I don't know. But also, this is cowboy country. Dead bodies might be fine. So, with all of that in mind, I have a lot of work to do. I've put my 2 weeks in at my job, which is O'Dwyer's Public House on Grand. Their food is great. If you're ever in the area, if you're driving through Laramie, highly fucking recommend. The best job I've ever had in restaurants. Easily the best. And I've worked in an Italian cafe that had a pizza oven on site, so that's saying something. And it was New Jersey pizza too, so everybody shut the fuck up. You don't know shit until you've had New Jersey pizza. And I'll die on that hill, as will many others. Probably as a result of, you know, heart disease or complications with the cholesterol from the New Jersey pizza. Oh, I miss New Jersey pizza. I also miss Wawa. I miss the beach. So, the things remaining on my list before I take the journey back home, which will be later in this video, it's gonna be crazy. I am road tripping it by myself, 2,000 miles, more than halfway across the country. We're gonna see how that goes. But I'm staying at a hotel right by the world's largest truck stop, which for me, I'm very excited. I love shit like that. I love touristy shit like that. And you know, I'm gonna walk in there too, like, ooh, hang on. Oh wow, oh wow, oh, you see, oh my, oh that's so much bigger than the picture. Oh my god, oh this is crazy. Oh wow. Feeling like Jimbo mixed with a Wisconsin mom. Also, fun fact, I had never met anybody from Wisconsin or Minnesota or anything like that until I moved here. And now I have like 6 friends I can name off the top of my head, including my friend Nicole from Minnesota. I'm gonna meet her there one day and we're gonna go to the Mall of America. I'm excited. I didn't know it was in Minnesota. And that's why I say, you know, no regrets for this, because this was absolutely worth the trip. It was worth coming. It was worth examining myself and my problematic tendencies. And it was really cool. I didn't get to climb the mountains like I told myself I would, but I am leaving with a pair of cowboy boots like I promised myself I would. And I definitely acquired them legally. Point is, I'm leaving with basically what I wanted to leave with. The 3 things that I told myself I would do while I was here is I would prove that I could live on my own, by myself. I was self-sufficient, I could do it. I would do my best to throw myself at this guy in a respectful way and actually, you know, shoot my shot. And I did it. And I'd get a pair of cowboy boots. And I fucking did it. So mission accomplished. Which means it's time for me to, oh, and 4, visit Matthew. Duh. For those of you who don't know the Matthew Shepard story, I urge you to go look up the Laramie Project right now. Ever since I saw the Laramie Project at my school back home, probably about 6 or 7 years ago at this point, I knew that I wanted to visit Laramie at some point, and now I have. And it wasn't exactly under the circumstances I was expecting, but it was poetic since it was for a guy, I guess. While I was here, I met this woman named Judy. I won't give her last name because she still lives here and she's the coolest. And I met her at my job, and she was one of Matthew's friends back when he went to school at the University of Wyoming, when she was going there too. She's a rancher now, and she was one of his friends, and I just sat there and talked with her for hours the day that she came into my job, and it was fucking awe-inspiring. For all you young queers out there, you have no idea how important it is that we have the rights that we do. I told her that I was a drag queen, and she was overjoyed. She was so glad. She was telling me, she was like, you know, if only we'd had what you guys have now, you have your whole lives ahead of you. And I'm just so happy for it. It hurt, it struck in like a bittersweet but positive way. Like, it sucks that we still have to fight for our rights like that so much, but we have them and we're getting them. We're not going anywhere, bitch. We're here, we're queer, and we're insecure. And we're living in fear. Shit. Alright, so we still got a lot of work to do, that's fine. Point is, I wouldn't have met her. If I hadn't come here, I wouldn't have met my friends. I am now legitimately friends with a flat earther. I don't know. I don't know. I don't think I'm proud of that fact, but I love him as a person. He's just supremely misguided. So you really never know. You really never know what's gonna happen until you put yourself out there. And if I hadn't come out here when I did, I never would have. So no regrets. So, I have to work my last week and a half starting today. And otherwise, I have to finish packing up my place. I have to finish making my address changes. I have to finish donating everything that I'm getting rid of. And I have to, you know, say goodbye to some friends that I'm really gonna miss, but that I'm excited to have met in the first place, and that I will see again. I will see you again. They're not watching this. I have to finish making sure that my car is packed up and ready to go, and then I'll take you along for the journey home. So stick around. Now let me get to work real quick. Alright, well, shut up. It is the end of the 12th, 10 more days to accomplish everything that needs accomplishing. I managed to pack up all of my personal clothes, which are now in my suitcase. That will be like my primary suitcase. So that's gonna go probably in the front seat with me. It'll be the one that I bring into the one hotel that I am staying at over the course of what is an expedited 2-day journey, 2,000 miles. It's gonna be rough. I won't lie to you. Whew, but it's gonna be good. I didn't get as much done today as I would have liked to get done. I wanted to do some crafting with some of the extra fabrics and stuff that I have laying around so that I had some outfits to bring back instead of just a bunch of fabric, because I have a bunch of fabric at home and I'd rather have something of substance, you know what I mean? Also, I wanted to make some fabric flowers for my coworkers and friends here so that I can leave that for them as sort of a till we meet again gift. Not a going away gift, a meet again gift. There we go. Meet again gift, a mag. I'm gonna give you a mag. So I am exhausted, and we will chalk up those fabric projects to tomorrow. In the meantime, we're gonna call it a day, and we're going to pick this shit up again tomorrow. We're making good progress. For 10 more days to go, I'm in a decent spot. I mean, knock on wood. There we go. So, see you tomorrow. All right, good morning. So today is going to be another day on the let's get ready to leave this house and move back to the East Coast wagon, my Oregon Trail, if you will, except the opposite of the Oregon Trail. So today I have a pretty substantial list of things I want to get done, but more so I've sort of mapped out sort of what is going to get done when over the course of the next week and a half, because we are now 9 days away from me hopping in the car and driving across the country by myself. I can't wait. I actually can't, but it's still stressful. So today is not going to be as crazy. I did just wake up not long ago again. It is around 7:16 in the morning. I love mornings. I love this, this is gonna make no sense. I love waking up, being drowsy, drinking coffee, and hanging out. I get up early specifically for that, because it's like the process of waking up for me is really pleasant and fun. I like it a lot. You know what? We need more blue in here. Hang on. I don't have much on my list for today. It's just gonna be some packing. I have to go to work, obviously. We got some errands to run. One major thing that I do want to get done today is I want to start taking some of my scraps of fabric. I'm gonna make the fabric flowers that I've made for a lot of other projects and that I really enjoy making just for fun. So what I wanna do is start making a whole shit ton of those flowers, because those are gonna be my going away gifts. My thanks for knowing me gifts for my coworkers, friends, etc. So that's what today is looking like. I'll film a little bit of it, but let's get started. Sun is up, time to go. Good morning. So, as you might be able to see, I have done a little more packing, a little more cleaning, which is good because we've officially got 8 days left. And I'm completely fine. I don't know about you, but I'm completely fine. Though I am out of coffee creamer. As I said, you might be able to tell that I have done some more work in terms of sorting and packing away shit. All of my decorations and such from this part of the house are now well in a pile. I have to actually go through them, but they're taken down, and that's the first step. What I spent most of yesterday doing, and what I didn't film, is going through a lot of my filing. I had a lot of shit in there that I didn't need. I don't have a paper shredder, so there was a lot of... Do y'all remember in Victorious when Jade's favorite classic horror movie was called The Scissoring? The Scissoring? The Scissoring. Not long ago I watched 10 hours of Quentin reviews analyzing the entire series of Victorious, and I 100% agree with him. Tori and Jade are endgame. Holy shit. Holy shit. It was always there. They didn't even try to hide it. We were all just too dense and young. I'm sure you lesbians out there figured it out a lot sooner than me. Anyway, I started sorting through the stuff on my work table as well a little bit. Not nearly enough though, and I haven't done a whole lot of packing, just sorting, which is necessary. I'm currently reading The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up by Marie Kondo because I'm what? A simp. That woman could hit me with her little electric smart car and I don't give a shit. I deserve it. She's earned it. She has earned it. So needless to say, there's a lot of stuff after getting more than halfway through that book in a period of a week that I am really sure that I don't need to bring back with me. So it's just been a matter of going through everything and seeing what that stuff is. Most of my bedroom is completely packed away and done and already in the car, which is good. The bathroom, there isn't a lot to pack away or anything in the first place, so we're pretty good there. My main concerns are going to be the rest of my crafting supplies, my makeup, and all of my kitchen appliances and such. That stuff is going to take the most space. I'm still trying to do my best to get rid of everything in my pantry that I don't need to bring with me or that can't survive the trip. Same with the fridge. Lots to do, a lot of subscriptions and memberships to cancel, etc. Stuff that's specific to this area, a lot of lists to make, a lot of sorting to do. There is much to do, but honestly, it feels good to do. I enjoy doing it. I know I'm a freak, but I also go to laundromats for fun. So I am a person who loves to do stuff and control what I can when everything seems out of control. Here's a hot take. Adulthood kinda sucks. Now, let me clarify because childhood is much worse. I would not go back to being a kid by any means. I had no agency, no free will, no say in anything that happened to me because I didn't get to make anything happen. Stuff just happened to me. And I'm beginning to notice that adulthood is the more extreme version of that. So today is another sorting and packing day. I'm gonna try and get some sort of a little montage together so that I actually have something to show for it. That's enough of me rambling for one segment. It is time to get started right now. I will miss that view from Walmart. It's a lot nicer than the view of the highway from the one back home. Obviously, it's a little nicer when it's clearer, but, you know, maybe on my day of departure, we'll get lucky. Good morning. Today it is Friday the 15th. There's no movies about it as far as I know, but there really should be. And we are officially 1 week out, just 7 days from me embarking on what I assume will be my death, but you know, if we're lucky, it'll just be a move back home. As you can see, at least a little bit, I have been doing a lot of packing, cleaning, purging. And while there is still a lot more to do, we are in a very good spot. What you can't see is that my entire kitchen still needs to be done, but that's fine. We have 7 days and I'm gonna do most of it today. Additionally, my fridge is just about empty, so I won't have to worry about anything spoiling or anything like that. There's just a few more things that I have to cook with, bake with, figure out something to do to, you know, make sure they don't go to waste. Well, today is one of my surprisingly numerous days off that I have this week. Normally I'm scheduled Fridays for lunch, but somebody else is, so I get the day off. And tomorrow I'm not scheduled until the nighttime. And then I have Sunday off for Easter, and I have Monday off because the place is closed on Monday. Which is good for me, because it means I'm gonna have plenty of time to run errands, do some cleaning, purge, pack. And I've done solid work so far, but there is more to do. So what I'm going to do today is I would like to finish essentially going through and packing everything in this room, everything in this main living area, not including the kitchen. We might start on that, but I'm not going to rely on that. Additionally, I have some errands to run, and I thought while I was running some errands around town, I would like to show you guys some of town. Laramie is a very pretty place, and if the weather permits, then it'll be fun, but otherwise, Monday is supposed to be like 60 degrees. It'll probably be the last 60-degree day I see here, because it snowed the other night. Mountain elevation and a desert climate, what are you gonna do? So I'd like to show you some of my favorite places around here. So, packing, purging, cleaning, errands, and then also today is the day I would like to actually start that plan that I've had this entire time of going through all of my fabrics, which I have kind of stacked and laid out on my couch over there. And we're gonna see if we can marathon a few looks out of it. First, we'll kind of catalog what we have, and then we'll get started. I'm taking a lot of inspiration from Rachel Maxey on this one, because I fucking love her. Her and Bernadette Banner and Morgan Daughter, I love them so much. I wanna be their friend, but first I have to develop any sort of skill set. So, the place is starting to look a little more barren, a little more like what it was when I first moved in. So, long day, I think we'd better get started. So, as you can see behind me, I have begun going through my fabric. There's quite a bit more than I was sure that I had. Oh, and there's more. I've started working on just the skirt piece of what's going to be sort of a flowy dancing dress, I think. I don't really know exactly what structure I want the bodice to have yet, but I know that I want a big ass circle skirt. That much I know we're having. So I'm basically going from there. All of this fabric was pretty cheap because I got it at Goodwill. Some of it's bed sheets, some of it was free, some of it I found in the shed and then washed at the laundromat, like this green stuff right here. But right now I'm working on this lovely skirt, and we're gonna see how that goes. From there, I'll see what I have in mind for some of these others. Stick around or don't. Alright, I'm cutting a bit forward because I did quite a bit of work on this first garment here, but I have hit a bit of a snag that unfortunately I'm going to have to finish once I'm back home in New Jersey. I need the ironing board that I have there, because I just got rid of my ironing board here. Didn't really feel any need to keep two of them, especially since it takes up so much space. And that's fine, because I'm going to throw together a few more things for this look first. It's important to me that I don't do too much before I get back, only because A, I gotta store this, and B, I still need to make sure that I fit it properly and my dress form is back home. So, well, I mean, I have the one that I have here, but it is a little bit better for displaying garments, not as accurate for working on them. So, we're going to do what I can do, but I have some other ones I'd like to get started too. The main idea with all this fabric that I have is just to kind of get an idea of the general shape of what each one is going to be. And for now, that is enough for me. So, work. Moving on. So, we've only got a week left before it is time to vamoose, and I'll be honest with you, I'm feeling a little sad. I was working on some costumes, and I was working on some packing, and I was just kind of, doing some more loading up of the car and figuring stuff out. But anyway, I just figured I would drive around town a little bit, show you some of my favorite spots because I need to see them. It's getting closer and closer to sunset, so maybe we'll catch some really nice ones. But in any case, I need to get out of the house, man. I don't usually wear sunglasses, so this is a special day for me. Anyway, I'll show you my favorite place. Being honest, I'm really gonna miss it. I didn't think I would this much, but I am. But it's time to move on, and that's okay. Eventually everybody has to. There is one thing I want to do before I leave. Bye, Laramie. I'll miss ya. You don't give a shit, do you? So that's that. That's a full chapter of my life coming to a close there. One I was never anticipating on writing in the first place, but you know, I guess that wasn't really entirely up to me. In any case, it's okay for this chapter to close. Yada yada yada, cliches, blah, blah, blah. Whatever. Ooh, it's a heads up dime. Are those as lucky as pennies? I don't know. Thanks, Laramie. I had no idea this yellow chair was even out here. To be fair, I've been to this part of the town like once. I'm glad I came out here. I think it was necessary. And I'm very glad to be going back home. And then I don't know where we're gonna go next. Maybe Key West, maybe New Orleans, maybe New York. Maybe we'll die in New Jersey. Maybe we'll die on the way back, I don't know. So in any case, I still have a lot of work to get done in order to get going. There's a few other places I want to show you around here. This next one isn't really that special. It's just special to me. Because as you know, I am a slut for Wawa back home, and it took me forever to find something similar around here because, to be honest, I assumed there wasn't any, so I wasn't really looking. But I give you the Mountain West's equivalent to Wawa, Maverick. It's a cool place. You know, they've got snacks. It's kind of like a Wawa or a Quick Check mixed with a truck stop, and they have good coffee, so that's really all I need. They also have edible cookie dough, and any place that has Dr. Pepper is okay by me. Okay, so the other crafting thing that I wanted to do tonight, this chair is so squeaky. The other thing I'm doing is I'm cutting a bunch of my scrap fabric and spare fabric and fabric that I don't have a purpose for into squares so that they can then be cut into circles so that I can use them to make some fabric flowers. Anyway, this will dramatically reduce the amount of fabric that I am bringing back with me and free up some space in the car. Additionally, it'll yield a nice result in terms of gifts that I can leave with some of my friends here. No sad thoughts, just flowers. I am now being confronted with the fact that I've done a very good job of cleaning out my fridge. So today is April 16th. It is Saturday. We have 6 full days left. Because I'm not including Friday the 22nd because I leave like first thing in the morning after my landlord does a walkthrough and inspection. So yeah. It is now less than a week before we depart. We are getting down to the wire. I still haven't tackled much of my kitchen, but that's fine. My bedroom is just about done. The bathroom isn't going to take much. Monday, I have to do laundry anyway, so I'm going to bring, my linens, my bath mat, towels, everything, so that we're all set to go. And today is Saturday, so I do work tonight. Normally I don't work Saturday nights, but this is a special case because they asked me to. And when I saw how many days I was off this week, I was like, we better say yes. So, I have plenty of stuff I want to get done before then. It is still pretty goddamn early in the morning, so I got plenty of time to do it. I'm gonna start by just keeping things chill and vibey and work on a few more of those flowers so that I have them to give as gifts to my friends when it's time for me to go. I'm gonna probably make a bunch of extra too because A, I like to, and B, I use them. So I packed up more of my crafting stuff into the car and I did put away my sewing machine, so that's just about ready to be packed up in there as well. The main tasks besides that for the rest of this main living area are the artwork that I plan on keeping, a few little decorations, and the makeup. Again, the main issue is going to be the kitchen. As you can see, there is quite a bit of work to do here, and that's not including the cabinets, the drawer into the oven. So we'll probably be dedicating a whole day or so to that. It's still not as bad as kitchens I've packed up in the past, so I'm confident. In any case, let's get started. Greetings and happy Easter. Now it is officially Easter Sunday, which is April 17th, and you know what that means. We are officially on, drumroll please. I don't know if I was able to find a drumroll effect. Whatever. The last 5 days! If this were Mario Party, that would be a very big deal. You'd see it flashing across the screen and Toad would, give a whole bunch of money to somebody who didn't earn it. So let's hope that that happens for me. Because I worked a Saturday night last night at a very busy restaurant, and it was dead as all hell. I ended up leaving at like 7:30 because it was just that dead. And that's fine. That's fine. I'm definitely not trying to make a 2,000-mile journey in less than a week, but it's fine, and I'm definitely not stressed. I didn't get as much done in terms of packing yesterday as I would have liked. I did do some more sewing of these flowers, and I am continuing that today just to kind of start out because, you know, Easter, spring, flowers, it's fun. But aside from that, I have a lot of packing that I want to do today, and today I think we are going to just kind of use today as a day to do the majority of the packing, of the taking down stuff, and then tomorrow we can focus on deep cleaning. The best I can do, instead of stressing over all of that like I just did, is to focus on the task at hand. So it's nice to keep my hands busy with something fun and simple and crafty like this. We've got all the important stuff that I wasn't still using packed up in the car already. So it's time now to start getting the rest of it together. I did sleep on my couch last night instead of my air mattresses because those air mattresses are deflating. I woke up 2 nights in a row in what was essentially a hot dog bun. So we're gonna pass on that, and I'm gonna actually deflate those and finish packing up my room today. Then I can finish deep cleaning my bedroom. That's one of the goals for today. I would like to have that room done. And then we can start working on this main room I got here. And that should pretty much do it for a lot of the remaining stuff. Everything after that will just kind of be like tying up loose ends, putting the last few finishing touches on things. So, anyway, let's get started, shall we? All right, we have a lovely development here. I haven't started on my packing for the day yet, but that's because I was busy wasting time doing something else. And I have officially finished all of the gifts that I was making for my coworkers and friends from around town. So here is an example of what they have to look forward to. These little fabric flowers that I made with their name on it, and then just a nice little star on the back. I was thinking about putting a smiley face on there or something, but I thought it might be a little overkill. I've got them all ready to be delivered, Santa Claus style. And I'm also going to be leaving one of these blank ones for the next tenant, because I'll be honest with you guys, this is not the best apartment. She does a great job, okay, and she's been very good to me. But the landlord hasn't, and shit keeps going wrong with it. So obviously, a little gift, maybe with a note that says, you know, welcome, or whatever. I don't know. I don't really know what to do in this situation. I know that I'm gonna do something, and this seems like a nice something that I personally can do. So, now, it's time to get started on the packing that I wanted to get done today. And then once I've gotten some solid work done, I'm gonna make Rice Krispie treats. Let's proceed with this mission, shall we? All right, well, it is the end of the day. I am exhausted, but we got a lot done today. In addition to me completing all of those flowers and being able to move on there, I also finished putting away and packing up most of this half of the living room. Let me give you a closer look, in fact. So, sewing machine, stuffed animals, a bunch of wall art and stuff are all put away. I've got the pots ready for me to replant my avocado seedlings tomorrow, but everything else is down. I'm leaving the curtains because these did not have curtains when I first got here, and I don't need them back home. So I'm going to, you know, leave that for the next tenant. They could certainly use them. All of the other stuff is off here. I just have some more loose ends and such to pack up. But otherwise, we're looking good. Still gotta take down this mirror. What up? But that is a lot of what, you know, needed the most work. So we definitely made some solid progress. Everything under that table is good, so I feel good about that. So anyway, we're making some good progress. Tomorrow is my last day off before my last 3 shifts, and after those last 3 shifts, I leave Friday morning. So tomorrow is going to be a major deciding factor. We're going to do a lot of the rest of the work then. And hopefully we can do it all well. I will see you in the morning for a solid day of errands. I know everybody else hates Mondays. I love them. And one last very happy Easter to you, as well as a happy Passover and a happy Ramadan, and any other religious holidays or events that I am forgetting. Kick ass! Well, good morning, all. It is officially 4 days left until departure, and I could not be more stressed, tired, and unprepared. But emotionally, mentally, I'm very fucking ready. Looking at my finances this morning, it is going to be a stretch. I have just under $700 in my account. I still have to, before the 30th, find a way to get 800 together, and that's not including the 400 that I need for gas, which is what this 700 is going to go towards, and the 300 that's left over that will need to go to my car payments. I'm trying to line up gigs and work for when I get home immediately. I'm gonna help my parents at their shop. But my engagement with New Jersey Repertory Company working on the Pinup Girls doesn't start until May 17th, so it's going to be a bit. It's gonna take some time. In reaction to my stress, my body has decided to break out, which is fun. Why not put the cherry on top? And I don't mean to seem so dismal, but I did want to be candid. Because, it's a stressful time, it's a frustrating situation. My shithead landlord isn't helping. So, today is going to be mostly errands, running around, some cleaning, packing, a lot of packing, and a lot of cleaning. This is going to have to pretty much be my deep clean day. But additionally, I'm going to see some of my friends today when I drop off some of the flowers that I made. And I'm going to hang out with my friend Nicole for coffee. I haven't been able to see her very much, and this might be one of the last chances I have to see her, so I can't help but feel like leaving feels a little bit rushed, but you get to a point sometimes where you really can't wait any longer. Life doesn't work on the timetable that you've laid out for it. It's a very difficult lesson that I've had to learn again and again and again, and I can't seem to really drill it into my head with any semblance of finality. Oh well. But on the bright side, today I'm going to make Rice Krispie treats and bake the tofu I have marinating. And today is going to be mostly kitchen, finishing up the bedroom, doing work in the bathroom, and a lot of cleaning. Additionally, today, the weather is supposed to be nicer, Wyoming nicer, so still cold as fuck, but clear and sunny. So I'm going to try and show you some of my other favorite places that I wanted to visit. And otherwise I just gotta do laundry, run some general errands, etc. Nothing to do but get started, huh? As many frustrations as I have, the only thing I can do to tackle them is just start. So let's do so. Hi, it's a little later and I've been working on stuff, but I just gotta say how big a fan I am of my landlord reacting passive-aggressively to me asking very reasonable questions that I have every right to know the answers to, with very simple answers within business hours. So, that's great. Let's move on, shall we? All right, well, sorry I didn't film a whole lot of that because it's been pretty busy, but the carpet guys came. It's in my lease that I have to have the carpet in the bedroom professionally cleaned. Looks the same to me, but I'm not a professional. Anyway, there she is. I was pretty much done in that room anyway. I've been sleeping on the couch just because my air mattresses were thoroughly deflating. I've also gotten a lot more of the furniture out. Now, to get the rest of my shit packed up and loaded in the car. I'm still several days early, which is good. It's Monday, I don't leave till Friday morning. But that just means that Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I'm gonna be working. So I'm not gonna have a lot of time to get everything done. So it's in everyone's best interest that I do the most now. I'm looking forward to leaving. And with that in mind, let's get moseying, shall we? I'm very tired. Took a lot to get all that furniture out, and I still have one more to go, but mostly we're good. And then it's just finishing packing and finishing cleaning up this main room and the bathroom, which is arguably the trickiest part because I can't just, fulfill my obligation by sending in a carpet cleaning service like the lease states for the carpets. This one I actually have to scrub down myself, but it's fine. I've got 3 more days before we leave on Friday. We'll get there. Meantime, it's time to run errands, and while we're out, it's really nice out. It's like 60 degrees in Wyoming, which never fucking happens, and I'm sure it'll be snowing by the end of the night. So for now, I would like to run some errands and show you some more of my favorite parts of Laramie. So let's go. So what would you expect to find at Walmart? Certainly not this view. This is easily one of the best views in Laramie. Let me give you a closer look. Now we head back to the car. Up fucking wind. Okay, now the time has come to show you my absolute favorite part of the entire town. Appropriately, it is right next to train tracks, and it's got quite the fucking runway. I don't know what it is about this village, but it's my absolute favorite place in all of Laramie. It might be one of my favorite places in the world, but I haven't been to a whole lot of the world, so we'll see if that stays the case. Hey, looks like we're just in time. This is the west side of Laramie. This bridge actually connects the main kind of town of Laramie, where the campus for the university is, and West Laramie over there. So it looks like this train is headed south. Not a bad idea at all. Some days I come here and think about hopping on top of one of them, or going full boxcar child and just seeing where we go. The bright side is, after everything is said and done, after all of this, I know that the world isn't closed off to me. It's not closed off to any of us. If we feel like going somewhere, we can. I plan to. Not too much longer though, it's cold as shit up here. There are lots of places I want to go, plan to go. I'm glad I lived out here for as long as I did, and I don't think I need to live out here any longer. You can see downtown from here. Hello, downtown Laramie. Supposedly it's historic, but it looks mostly gentrified to me. This part isn't particularly fun or cute, but I think I should mention it. There's somebody here that I care about very much. And I know that he had a rough go of it for a while. Jesus Christ. And you know, I'm willing to bet, I'm sure that every single one of those crates is just full of fucking frozen mozzarella sticks going to Applebee's. Jesus, after getting into my car across the parking lot, it is still going. Anyway, like I was saying, before I was so rudely interrupted, this is not a fun fact. It's just a fact. There's somebody very important to me in this town, and I don't have proof of it, but this is the only walking bridge in the area that I know of, and he did have to be tackled off of a bridge once before going into, intensive care. And he's fine now, he's doing great, but sometimes I worry that I was drawn to this bridge because of that. I don't know about you, but I believe in all sorts of residual energies and shit, and I don't know. Maybe I picked up on something without realizing it. After all, it's really no secret why I came. But in any case, I'm determined to reclaim this bridge, since it is kind of my favorite place to come. Sometimes I'll grab a coffee or a hot chocolate and I'll just hang out up there and watch the trains come in or leave. Even when I am thousands of miles away from home, I'm thinking about where I want to go next. Kind of a new vibe for me. I'm not gonna lie. But I am very excited to be going home. It's a much needed pit stop. I don't know how long I'm gonna stay, but I know that it's going to be for long enough. As long as I need. As long as I can stand. There's some work I have to do there, much like there was some work I had to do out here. And I'm going to go back, I'm going to do it, and then we're going to move on. Let's go finish cleaning up my shit show of a basement, huh? Well, I am thawing some butter so I can make some Rice Krispie Fruity Pebble treat things out of the last of the cereal that I've got. I am also cooking the tofu that I still had in the fridge, making some baked tofu now that it's all marinated. As you can see, my place is looking very, very empty, which is good. I got all of the furniture out, and I did my laundry and ran a bunch of errands, Coinstar, etc. I did a little more packing, and I'm still gonna do some more, just as soon as I've finished some stuff up in the kitchen. But it was nice driving around Laramie a little bit. I hope to have some more time to do so before it's time for me to go. I really want to visit some more of my friends. I'm going to run around and deliver some more of those flower gifts. Everybody that I gave them to today really liked them. I'm going to give some more out tomorrow at work, so that's exciting. That's about all I got going on at the moment. I'm very, very tired, but I have to finish dealing with everything that's on the couch because that is my bed. The mattresses are all deflated and everything in my room. My bedroom is entirely done. Carpet cleaned. I'm not going back in there. We're not fucking up that carpet. So that just leaves the rest of the main room here, the kitchen, which I haven't started on, and the bathroom. And then I can do a solid deep clean of the whole place. And we're that much closer. We are that much closer. I did want to share something with you though. Me and a couple of my friends have been sort of writing letters back and forth because it's fun. It's nice to have a pen pal. And my friend Adam, he sent me this. He has a wax seal. Do you see this shit? The motherfucker has a wax seal. This is the second or third letter that he sent me, and it's so great. I love letters. I love having them. I love writing them. I love reading them. And I really needed to see this. The first time I got a letter from him, I immediately hung it up on my fridge because it was just before winter started here. And I was already having a really rough time settling in, figuring out what I wanted, why I was here, coming to terms with the fact that I chased a boy here and I didn't have a backup plan. And then the attempt to find a backup plan, which kind of worked. But now I just got his letter again when it's time for me to leave. That feels appropriate. It's funny because in his letter he talks about how he's going to Dallas for a little bit for work. So a lot of travel in the air, I guess. I hope he has a safe trip. I hope I have a safe trip. I hope we all have safe trips. So wherever you're going, wherever your journey's taking you, hope you have a safe trip. And we'll do some more work in the morning. I have a really good book I want to get back to, and I'm very tired. Good night. Oh, good morning, motherfuckers. It is a brand new day, it is Tuesday, which means I work today. And there's still a lot to be done around the house. I swear to God, I'm gonna rip this fucking alarm out of the ceiling. I replaced the batteries so that it wouldn't do this, and it worked for a while, and now it doesn't again. There are no laws of nature here. There is no karma, just random chaos, which normally I'd be okay with, but it doesn't serve me this time, so oh well. I've got my plants all boxed up and ready for the trip. I am starting to get a little worried about space in my car and how much I'm actually going to be able to bring with me, but that's okay. I've identified a few other things Marie Kondo style that I don't really need because they don't really spark joy. So I didn't get to make the Rice Krispie treats or the sugar cookies yesterday, so I'm going to take out butter to thaw when I get home, and then I'm going to make them tonight after work. I'm going to meet my friend for coffee. I'm going to drop off one of my flowers and the rest of my Irish cream that I'm not going to finish with another friend of mine. It's going to be a little bit of a photo finish, but you know, it'll be doable. Part of me will miss this place. Part of me. A very small part of me, but part of me nonetheless. I'm looking forward more than anything to, yes, starting work on the pinup girls because I'm excited to be cast in something again, and I'm very, very excited to actually have a paying acting job again because that sounds fun as fuck and so validating. I did get enough sleep last night, but I've been getting less and less good sleep because I've been sleeping on my couch, which is fine, it does the job, but I'm very, very tired, as is to be expected. But as long as I make sure that I have enough money for food and gas and for my car payment before I leave, I will be satisfied. But enough of that. Some more important things need to be in the foreground right now. And I'm very excited for this trip. So, terrified. Fucking petrified. Sure that I'm gonna die in a cornfield in Iowa somewhere. I certainly hope that's not the case. Of all places, not a fucking cornfield in Iowa. But it'll be a fun trip there. We'll see. These came out pretty good. All right, so today is Wednesday. Fun fact, Wednesday happens to be one of my favorite days, the other one being Monday. I don't know why, don't ask me. But that also means that we are now down to the wire. I still have to finish packing up the kitchen and getting the rest of the boxes and stuff that I don't need right now packed away in the car. We're nearly there, and I've figured out what else is being donated, and it shouldn't take too long to finish up the kitchen. That I'm hoping to finish before I head to work this morning, but it is going to be a bit of a shot in the dark, and I still want to make sugar cookies tonight so I can get rid of the rest of the butter. So, I hung out with some friends yesterday and I gave out more of my little flower gifts, and it's getting a little hard to say goodbye to everybody. I suppose that's for the best though. If it was easy to say goodbye to everybody, then nothing I did out here would have been worth it. The fact that it's bittersweet is a good sign. It means that I didn't waste my time. And I do plan on coming back to visit at some point. I mean, my biggest dream would be to be on some touring production of something and stop in Laramie. You can dream big even when you're almost 30. Listen, I got 2 more years before I've decided I want to start solidifying things. Everybody's on their own timetable. There's no such thing as a correct time frame. It's gonna be tricky. The next few months, certainly going to be tricky, and it's going to be exhausting, obviously, and it's going to be frustrating. If I do my best, and if I'm not stupid about anything, things will turn around for me and go in the direction that I'm hoping for. We'll see. All I can do is fucking hope, I guess. Maybe my third Drag Race audition will be the charm. Maybe I'll book the tour. Maybe I'll find a nice, simple job at home somewhere, 9 to 5, that I actually really like. Or maybe I'll think of something else. There's really no correct way to do life, and I wish somebody had told me that a lot sooner so that I could have figured it out for myself instead of doing what was expected of me. So just bear that in mind if you're unsure. It sounds stupid and cliche, but following your heart really is the best way. If I had just done that a little bit more, I feel like I would be in a much better place. But you know what, that said, still in a good one. Let's get the rest of this shit moseying, shall we? I have a lot to do in a short amount of time, and I can't wait to do it. It may not look at first glance like we've accomplished a lot, but believe it or not, I have. The kitchen is still a mess. Not getting rid of a whole lot, just a few glasses and mugs. Yeah, now it's just a matter of finishing, getting everything that I'm not using put away. And I'm actually going to take the last of these plastic bags with the rest of the donations that I'm making today, because there is a place where you can just donate plastic bags, and I fucking plan to do so. So we'll do that a little later, but for right now, it's time to head to work. And it's bedtime. I have not had very much time to film these last couple days at all because there's just so much to be done, so much to do, and it's taking me forever to do it, but we will, just barely, be able to make it in time for me to leave on Friday morning. Today's been a very interesting day. I won't bore you with the details, but I just have a lot to think about. It's weird. As you can see, I did a lot of work in disassembling and packing up my kitchen. And there's still a lot to do, but we're getting somewhere. Until tomorrow, I suppose. Good night. All right. Well, we have reached the last day. We leave tomorrow morning, first thing in the morning after inspection and the walkthrough are done, which I hope go well, and I hope there's a chance of me getting my deposit back, but we'll see. I'm finishing cleaning out my fridge, and there's still a fair amount of packing that needs to be finished, but we are approaching the final stretch. I am pissed that I don't have the whole day to do so. I'm pissed that I have to work, but I also need money, and I want to say goodbye to all my coworkers properly. So it is bittersweet. Regardless, I'm fucking tired, and I have a lot to do. I haven't had time to finish making the sugar cookies. I've thawed the butter like 3 times. It's thawing again now, so I can do it before work. And I love my family, but they are making it just a little bit harder by injecting opinions at every chance that they get. So, no time to waste. Let's get busy. That does it for my last day at work. I just started my last bit of laundry, and I just dropped off the last of my donations at Goodwill. And now it is time for something I've been looking forward to for quite some time. But I'd like to introduce you guys to a friend of mine. Sort of. Sorry, windows down because it's a really nice day. And I will not compromise that. This is the first 71-degree day I've seen since I physically got to Laramie. Alright, but let's go meet him, shall we? To meet this particular friend, though, we do have to journey onto campus, so I'll show you some of the University of Wyoming. Definitely doesn't hurt that this campus is really pretty. Let's take a shortcut, shall we? Of course, I would be remiss to show you any parts of campus without introducing you to one of the best parts. There's some sort of tradition associated with hens. This field is called Prexy's Pasture. It's one of my favorite places on campus. Came here a lot during the winter. It's a lot of cross-hatching pads and shit. And some very interesting art. Very cool. All right, well, let me introduce you to Matthew. I've been coming here to visit a lot. He is, after all, the first reason why I even knew that Laramie was a place on the map. And it felt good to spend time with him this whole time. And I really hope that others can gain some sort of clarity from just hanging out with him too. And I did, of course, make a flower for him as well. Of course, it pales into comparison to some of these other gifts. Yeah. It's just amazing to me that his story had such an impact that there are all these people who visited him. Even now. Chasing a boy may have been the thing that got me to, go over the edge and actually come here, but Matthew was the first reason that I considered it at all. So I'm really glad I got to come and see him at least a little bit. It matters to me. Well, this is awfully macabre, so let's get the fuck back into town, shall we? Goodbye, comparatively cheap gas. I got gas while my laundry is in the dryer, but I'm just kind of driving around town a little bit because, I'm gonna miss Laramie. There's a lot of really cool places around here. If you're ever just kind of driving through the Midwest and you happen upon this town, I spend some time here, hang out, drive around a bit, go to O'Dwyer's, I don't know. It's a cool place, filled with a lot of cool people. Unfortunately, it's pretty significantly colored by a really traumatic thing that happened in the past, but even before that happened, it was truly a rarity. That kind of thing doesn't happen around here often. And everybody around here is generally cool. Yeah, there's a fucking church every 30 feet, but, nobody's perfect. But I remember when I was getting ready to do drag bingo here for my drag debut, a lot of the town was really excited for it. They were all abuzz for it. So, times they are a-changing, yada yada. Alright, let's go get my laundry, shall we? Alright, my errands for the day are done. Now it's time to get home and do all the other shit. Let's go. And so, as it began, so it ends. Dismal, empty, vacant, but clean. Therefore rendering my end of the deal complete. I am so tired. I've only just finished. There's one thing that I had thought about keeping that I don't think I will. When I first moved in here, I noticed that this graduation tassel from the University of Wyoming was in here from 2019. I thought about keeping it as sort of a memento of my time here and the degree that I didn't get, but I think we're gonna leave it here exactly where I found it, because it's been there since 2019. I suppose somebody else might need the inspiration. Besides, what am I gonna do with more junk? Marie Kondo would not be proud of me if I kept that. She wouldn't be proud of me based on what I kept already. My car is close to bursting. I'm just hoping that it can withstand. We'll see. At the end of the day, I have done all I can, and I certainly hope it is fucking enough. I'll check in with you in the morning, and then I'll update you on the status of the walkthrough, the inspection. We'll see where things stand. And then it's time. We are officially down to 0 days. And I put a Frappuccino in the fridge because I knew I wouldn't have access to coffee until I got on the road. But I'm paying one last trip to Maverick, and you better fucking believe it. Let's get some sleep. It's gonna be a long day tomorrow. Greetings, ladies and germs. All right. Good morning. It is officially our day of departure. I just need to finish getting ready, put a few more things in the car, do another once over of the house, and then it's time for the inspection, and then we will head out. I'm a little nervous about the whole trip, obviously, for plenty of reasons. Needless to say, there's a lot going through my mind right now. But I'm optimistic. I'm pretty sure that this is the best course of action. It does seem to be the course of action that the universe has been leading me towards. So I just have to hope and rest assured that it hasn't changed its mind. Because it's wont to do that sometimes. All I can do is keep moving forward. So, but fuck man, I can't wait to be back home. I can't wait to have access to a Wawa again. Or a 24-hour quick check. I can't wait to see my friends. I'm proud of everything I've done so far, which is a feeling that I think everybody should have when it's something big like this. Because even if it doesn't go the way you plan, case in point, I think it's still very important to make sure that you can make something good out of it anyway. And this was definitely an excellent experience for me. And goddamn the stories I'm gonna be able to tell once I get back. And that's before the cross-country road trip. Done here. Just have to wait for the inspection to be over, and then it's time to hit the road. And boy, am I fucking exhausted. This place has been good to me for the last almost a year now, more like 8 months-ish. It's bittersweet, but I'm also just nervous. The sooner I get this done with, the better. The sooner we're on the road, the better. Thank you, couch. You've been an excellent bed. Thank you, kitchen. You've been an excellent studio. And thank you, fridge and pantry. You've been an excellent episode of Hoarders. All that there is to do now is hit the road. Well, goodbye, number 4. See you around. All right, the inspection is complete. Everything is set, keys are returned. Yeah, that's it. We are thoroughly a full fucking house here. I'm nervous. I'm very nervous. But I also haven't eaten and I need coffee. So, best we can do is just fucking proceed. So let's do so. All right, and now we stay on Route 80 for 520 miles. Yeah, how hard could that be? Get ready for a lot of flatland. Okay, so it turns out that is closed, but yeah, it's a pretty walk anyway. And no plan is perfect. Well, this was the last rest stop before Nebraska, so we're gonna cross that border very shortly, and then the real drive begins. Nebraska, no offense to anyone who lives there, is a lot of nothing. A lot of flat nothing. And after Wyoming, well, granted, I guess that's the mountain time zone, so not really sure what eternal flat land looks like. But Nebraska into Iowa, guess we're gonna find out. Sorry about my fat guy breathing. I'm a fat guy breathing. I think I'm adding rest stops onto my list of favorite places because I just love any place of transit. You know what I mean? Where you see people at their halfway points. So I'm not going to be showing you too much of Nebraska because it all looks exactly the same. Exactly the same. That one clip is enough to show you most of it. If I find anything noteworthy, then sure. But we'll probably just vibe for a bit. It is now dawning on me just how long this ride is going to be. However, I don't really I'm not immediately put off by that because I like long stretches of time to myself. Hence why I spent 8 months in Wyoming by myself. And like, my biggest concern is getting bored or tired or restless. All of which I'm sure will happen. And you'll be the first to know. But man, there is not much in Nebraska. No shade to Nebraska, it's still pretty in its own way, but I could not imagine living here. Damn, bitch. Welcome to Sydney, Nebraska. Nebraska is a strange place. It has almost the same energy as Florida, at least Sydney, Nebraska does. But it has that same kind of like splash of color in the middle of fucking nowhere energy. Does that make sense? I don't hate it. Oh my god, there's no fucking way. Something in Nebraska that's not flat? What? And a body of water? No! You guys, I'm presently passing a Bible camp. I have concerns. Is this like when, like, non-freaks drive past graveyards, they have to hold their breath? Should I have held my breath there? Oh no, am I gonna turn godly? Oh no, I'm Jesus now. Oh no! And I didn't even get the abs. Oh no! So it's a little before 2 o'clock, which means I'm finally awake. We are not even halfway through Nebraska, but we are getting somewhere. Actually, you know what? We might be almost halfway through Nebraska. I think I just passed North Platte, so we're heading towards Omaha. It's gonna bother me when I'm watching this footage back and it's all just bouncing. Bear with me, y'all. You know, we're pretty good on gas. I'm not hungry, and I've already peed. So, honestly, I mean, knock the fuck on wood, but I'm feeling decent about my chances. We'll see. Theoretically, I should be getting to the part of Iowa where my hotel is, right by the I-80 truck stop, just before 11. So, theoretically, this is going well. And if I get my way, I might still be able to stop in Des Moines like I wanted to. I read The Thunderbolt Kid, which is the autobiography of, what is his name? I think Brian, I don't know, some white guy name. And it was actually a really good book. I think it was. I think I finished it. I'm not fucking sure. In any case, he wrote about growing up in Des Moines in like the 50s or 60s or something. So very white. And it was actually like, I mean, this guy, I need to find out if this guy is a good writer and made romanticizing Des Moines seem possible, or if Des Moines is actually a cool place to be. So I would like to briefly pop around, drive around, see what it looks like, and then, you know, move on. But that's going to be close to when I get to my hotel, so it's going to be pretty dark. So it might not even be fucking worth it. We'll see. We'll see. In any case, I should probably get out to stretch my legs soon. I've been driving for like almost 3 hours uninterrupted now. No, I haven't really felt the need to get up, but like I've seen a couple rest stops and passed them on purpose because I already got gas and I'm feeling fine. We'll see if that remains the case. I'm not quite halfway through the journey yet. That will be at the 5.5 hour mark. So I will let you know. I'll check in then. Otherwise, I might just fuck around a bit more. Looks like there's another rest area in 2 miles, so I might fuck around there. Oh, it's one of those fences with a bunch of stuffed animals zip tied to it. That's never a good sign. Oh, especially when it's next to a highway. Oh, we have one of those by my house, and I know the story attached to it. Okay. Well, I'll check in later. Buffalo or cow? Cow. Buffalo? Horse. Cow. No, buffalo. They're cows. And they were not kidding about the high wind warning at all. Also, why is it 95 degrees in Nebraska? Is this normal? It was like 60 when I left Wyoming. And another thing. Why was the guy in the stall next to me, like, he was taking a shit like he planned on that shit calling him in the morning. Like, those weren't grunts, they were moans. Why is it 95 degrees here? Is that like normal for Nebraska? Whatever. It's funny because there's a compass built into this car. I love this car so much, it's so cool. But it says that I'm going south right now, and I was like, wait, what the fuck? Why, the whole time? And then I was like, oh, I'm parked facing south. Never mind. Okay. Let's race the train! I'm kidding. That would be irresponsible and foolish. That train could never beat me. Guys, I don't know if you knew, but fuck. Nebraska is fucking windy. Is that supposed to do that? Oh my god, is this a structure up ahead? It's gotta be the first structure I've seen in Nebraska besides, like, sheds. Is that... Wait, so it's an archway? Is that it? Oh, there's snacks. You know, I just saw a positively decrepit billboard advertising something. I think it was a Pioneer Village. And the letters that were left just said Motel Res and Ant Camping. You know, I'd like to see both. But something tells me I'm just gonna find, you know, just a restaurant and, like, camping. Jesus Christ. Is Nebraska always this windy? Like, all the time? Alright, we've just entered Iowa. Now we're on our way to Des Moines, and shortly after Des Moines will be the hotel that I will be staying at tonight. We got just under 4 hours left for today's leg. And, I mean, knock on wood, I don't want to sound arrogant or anything, but, I mean, I feel good about this. Tomorrow is going to be the real challenge, though, because it's 15 hours instead of just over 11. But, I mean, I feel like with home in sight, I could definitely do another 4 hours after this if I needed to. I'm just kind of one of those people that can just kind of vibe and, like, this is one of the rare occurrences where I can sit still, be quiet, well, not be quiet, sit still, mostly, and just vibe for a long period of time. I like driving a lot more than I thought I did, and this was an excellent test run of that. Well, my drive to Denver was an excellent test run of that. This was excellent further proof. And, you know, I don't want to speak too soon, because I still got a car full of stuff that can easily be broken into and stolen. Not easily, but, I mean... Anyway, tomorrow will happen how it happens, and I'll do my best to be prepared for anything, and I think we have a good shot. So, expressway to Des Moines. You need to stop and get gas at some point. I just asked the woman at this gas station in Iowa a question, and not even looking at me, she was just like, to answer, which was the correct answer, but, like, mad respect to her. She does what everyone in customer service just dreams of doing. She's got the nads to make it happen. Good for her. Damn, you know? Des Moines is a lot bigger than I thought. It's weird seeing a city after all of the Nebraska and Iowa that I just saw. Well, it's just before 2 in the morning, and apparently there are 2 different Comfort Inn & Suites within 15 minutes of each other. So naturally, I went to the wrong one. So we're off to the correct one now. And then we'll get some rest and decide how to proceed tomorrow. Okay. Well, I finally made it. And, I now understand why the room was so expensive. Because it was a really expensive room. Like, holy shit. How many of me did they think they were gonna be? They said 1. Maybe I should have just gotten a room with the other one. I mean, it's gorgeous, don't get me wrong. I love it. But, like, it's a lot. It's a lot for one fucking person. Damn. Look at that solitary cup just fucking drifting around. I see you, bitch. I feel you. Do you ever feel like a plastic cup drifting through the lot? Wanting to start a lot? I hate this. Ow. That was like pulling teeth to figure out which hotel this was, how to get here, etc. But overall, I enjoyed the drive. I kind of like long drives. They're fun. They give me plenty of time to do whatever the fuck I want, as long as I don't run my car off the road. I think I can manage that. I think. In any case, tomorrow is the biggie. This hotel has a breakfast, so you better believe I am hoarding shit. And then we have the 15-hour driving day. If we have to, we can stop somewhere for the last couple of hours and get some sleep, but I would prefer to just barrel on through, so I'm dividing it into 3 sections of 5 hours, and I'm gonna take a break every 2.5 hours. That'll give me time to sort of break it into brackets. I think at each 5-hour mark will probably be the best bet for fueling, etc. I'm glad we made it. We're making it. Davenport, Iowa. It's an interesting place, I guess. A lot like a lot of the places in Nebraska that were very flat. But you know what's weird is that Nebraska is a lot of flat nothing. Iowa is more slightly hilly nothing. Does that make sense? Well, I very desperately need to get some sleep. As you can see, it is... If I want to have any chance of getting home tomorrow before the same time, we better mosey. So, good night. See you then. There is nothing quite as good as free coffee at a hotel. I don't know what it is, but it's science. It's the way it is. Sorry about it. They also had cheesy eggs. Petition for all hotels to have cheesy eggs, whether they have a breakfast or not. Just a whole dish of cheesy eggs at all times. I come from a cheesy egg family. You'll know if you look at our medical records. So it is a gorgeous morning here in Davenport, Iowa. And this is on the east side of Iowa, which means we got through just about 2 states yesterday. 3 if you count Wyoming. I don't know that I do, because it was just like the southeastern half of it. We're gonna finish crossing Iowa today and then head directly into Illinois. From there, I believe it is Indiana, then Ohio, then Pennsylvania, and then New Jersey. I'm gonna try and do it all at once, sort of. 3 5-hour blocks, like I said, 2.5-hour breaks. So we should get home somewhere between 1 and 3 a.m. Depends on how many breaks, traffic. It's supposed to be like 50-mile-per-hour winds today, so we'll see. There was some brief concern for tornadoes last night when I was like an hour or 2 into my journey out of Wyoming. That has since dissipated by the time I got to this part of Iowa, but so I'll just have to see a tornado some other day. And it's all right. I suppose it's for the best that I didn't have to deal with one while I was moving my shit across the country. But you know what? There's still plenty of time. I can still get absolutely dicked by nature at any point before I get home. We'll hope not, but it's possible. Cheers. Oh, I am tired. I'm also all packed. I wanted to unpack and repack my backpack because it is a mess right now, but you know, I figure we'll just do the home stretch, deal with all my belongings at home. I'm probably going to get some more free hotel coffee after I absolutely shit my brains out, and then we'll get going. Knock on wood, I have high hopes for this. I think we can do it. Am I terrified? Fucking absolutely. I'm still worried every second that the back door, the hatch in my car is gonna open on the highway and just dump everything I own directly onto the ground. Oh, the drag, the hats, the furniture, everything. But as long as that doesn't happen and everything stays firmly in the car until it's time to unload and I don't die or sustain any injuries, I will be a very happy boy. That's it. That's all. I just need to get there in one piece, safely, happily, and without having killed anybody or myself. Easier said than done. But with the amount of restaurants I've worked in and not killed myself in, and also not smoked cigarettes in, and I've been tempted, I'm optimistic. But anyway, let's go finish this road trip, shall we? All right. Thank you, room. And now, time to finish up with Iowa. Everybody has to eventually. Okay, well, I'm back on the road for day 2, and Iowa looks exactly how the fuck you would expect Iowa to look. Just for anybody who hasn't been, it is a lot of hills and farms and Iowans. Okay, it's like hella windy in Iowa too, so I think it might just be a plains thing. I'm ignorant, sorry. But we're all gassed up, had some breakfast, got some extra coffee. Let's go home. So next up is Illinois, and you know what that means. Chicago! That's exciting. It's a city that's inviting me to city. Then Indiana and Ohio and Pennsylvania and Jersey. All right, and we're in Illinois. There we go. I would like to avoid Chicago, to be quite honest, because I have no desire to drive through any cities if I can avoid it. I don't know how super realistic that is, because cities are everywhere and all major roads kind of go through cities, but you know, you never know. We'll see. Okay, hot take. Illinois is just Kansas Part 2. You know what I mean? So one of the conclusions I'm coming to on this trip, I've always wanted to drive cross country because I've never, there's a lot of the country that I haven't seen, and there's a lot of just, what is the word? There's a lot of different types of climates and landscapes that I've never seen. It's why I moved to where the mountains were, because there weren't really any mountains where I grew up. There was a beach. Love the beach, but, there were no mountains. So I wanted to see mountains. And I wanted to see the plains at least once. Because I wanted to, I still want to see a tornado. But, what a prime location. The more I drive across country from Wyoming to New Jersey, the more I'm like, there's not that much out here. But at some point, maybe when I go to visit my sister or something someday, I would like to drive cross country again. And I would like to actually see everything west of Wyoming too. I'd also just like to do a road trip of the entire United States, but for now, I can do this by myself. For that project, I will want a partner or a group. I think this was a good foray into road trips, because I've never done them before. So the most is, my parents would drive my sister and I from New Jersey to Florida, and that was fun, but it also, it's not quite to this scale. It's close though, it's close. But for that, I never had to do any of the driving. From now on, I think I'm going to insist that for these trips, I do at least some of the driving. Starting to learn that I enjoy driving when it's for a road trip. Commuting, it's alright. So yeah, anyway, there's fucking nothing in Illinois, and I'm getting bored, so I had to rant a bit. I have been stuck in bumper-to-bumper fucking traffic for almost 2 hours now. 2 hours that could have been spent getting closer to home, but now I won't make it there until at earliest 4 in the morning, which will only feel like 3 in the morning to me because of the time difference, but that doesn't really help me much when I only got 5.5 hours of sleep. Unfortunately, it's looking like I'm probably going to have to break it up slightly and just do the last stretch of it after a nap at a rest stop or something. It's just such a bummer. I wouldn't have come this close to Chicago if I had known that it was going to be such a nightmare, not even in the city. Although I guess I am in Chicago, just, not the part of it that is in every movie. Oh, God. I don't understand why road work always has to happen in the dead center of the day and only on the busiest fucking roads, and yet nothing ever gets fixed. You know, like it's still riddled with potholes, but hey, there's a new bridge that nobody needed or asked for. Woo! But also I'm not from the area, so maybe I'm just projecting, but they did this in Wyoming and back home in New Jersey all the time too, so I mean, you tell me what's different. Although this is the second group of bikers that I've seen since starting. The last one was in Nebraska, which is very cool. I'd love to be a biker one day. That's going to be a life that I live at one point. Except it's probably going to be like one of those trikes, because I don't want to fucking, you know, I'm not prepared to. Then again, I would kind of like a little dart bike, little dart around in between, like a butterfly sting like a bee kind of bike, like the one that Elizabeth Salander drives in The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. I don't know if they had that in the movie, but they did in the books. That's what I'm talking about. This traffic is going to kill me. Oh, here we go. Here we go. The traffic is clearing up. Oh, I can not just see in front of my car again. I can see in front of the cars in front of me. Oh, praise be Jeebus Lord, fuck's sake. God damn. That was fucking insufferable. I guess lesson learned for fucking driving in Chicago, huh? Ugh, Jesus fucking Christ. All of that road work, and yet none of the bumps are fixed. Eat my entire ass. Gobble it up, bitch. I'm so sick of this shit. I was stuck in traffic for fucking 2 hours and nothing good came of it. To the point where now I have to pee, so I have to stop again anyway. Woo! Yay! That's how I know I'm getting there in terms of coming back east, though, because that is very Eastern behavior. God, did they fucking... It's like each section of road is a fucking tectonic plate. What is with this shit? Christ, bitch. It's almost like they dumped speed bumps there for fun. It'll take a little longer than I thought, apparently, since everything does. But, you know, we'll get there. So let's keep going, shall we? Okay, so far, by far, Chicago has been the worst part of this trip, just because of all the traffic jams and waiting. Like, I got out of that one only to get stuck waiting for a train that clogged up 2 or 3 intersections, and now I'm just in, like, regular traffic, which is regularly really shitty. It's fine. Now I'm gonna get gas before we hit the road for Indiana, which never thought I'd be grateful to be going to fucking Indiana, but it's not Chicago, so turn up. All right, in addition to Nebraska, Iowa, and Illinois, please chalk Indiana up as yet another state that has geographically fucking nothing to offer. I think I can see the other side of Indiana. What's going on? Okay, listen. I'm sure Indiana has a lot to offer. I'm sure it does. I don't know. I mean, I haven't seen anything, but, you know, I haven't been here that long. I mean, there's a really cool mini golf place over there with, like, a whole, like, dragon and a castle. It looks really cool. But, honestly, the only thing I can think of whenever I remember that I'm in Indiana right now is, Nebraska. Indiana, Miss Dimple.
Whatever. They like it.
Any other cats don't dance stands in the room? No? Okay. Well. You know, I am now driving. I'm more than halfway through Indiana. And I've already gone through Nebraska, Iowa, and Illinois. I feel like I always knew that the Bible Belt had a pretty solid reputation for being, you know, very, very, very religious. But, like, I feel like these northern plains areas, I feel like this is where churches come from, you know? Like, I've seen so many churches and Bible camps, and, like, is this where they make the churches? And then they ship them out all over the place? Like Amazon of God? Eat, pray? I don't know. I'm getting kind of fucking tired, which is irritating because the sun's not even down yet. So at this point, I just want coffee and to already be home. Although, you know what's fun about, being on a long drive with no company but yourself and the people you occasionally call, I am being confronted with the fact that once I return to New Jersey, I'm going to have all of the same issues there that I did before I left, and add to that the issues that I've acquired in Wyoming. So that is a bit of a lesson for all you kids out there. Make sure that you're not running from your problems, because wherever you are, your old problems will be there, and you'll make new ones because you didn't deal with the old ones. It sucks being young and not knowing what you want to do. It sucks even more being older and not knowing what you want to do. I'm not even that old yet. Also, it seems like Nebraska was not a fluke. It is just hot across the country already. Is it just New Jersey and like the northern states like Wyoming and Montana that wait until late May, early June to actually turn into summer? Is it global warming? Oh no. Maybe it's the fact that it's almost 9 o'clock. Maybe it's the fact that I am reckoning with the fact that I'm going to be awake until tomorrow morning around 5-ish, at least. Or maybe it is how charming the place is, but I'm presently stopped in Forest, Ohio, just to refuel and such, and I don't know. I just like it. It has the same kind of charm that Laramie did, but a little smaller, in a good way. Maybe I'll come back someday. And we have made it to Pennsylvania. Finally. We've got 6 hours of the drive left, but it just hit midnight, so we'll get there around 6 in the morning. I think we can do this. I mean, knock on wood as always, but I'm going to get more caffeine just in case, but I've pulled more difficult all-nighters before, so here's hoping. So we're coming up on the 3-hour mark. We're approaching the final stretch of this journey. I am exhausted. I stopped at a rest stop and tried to sleep for a while, and I got maybe a little over an hour of sleep. I couldn't really recline my chair or anything for obvious reasons, but it was enough to get me back up and running. So theoretically, we should be getting back home right around 9:20, 9:30 or something in the morning. And then I'm going to pass the fuck out immediately because, Jesus, more Jesus billboards. And it just said, there is evidence of God, and then a picture of a baby. The paramount thought in my head at the moment is, when the fuck am I going to be in Wawa territory again? I know they have them in Pennsylvania. So where the fuck you at? Eat your heart out, cottagecore TikTok. See this right here? This is why I'm a morning person. Jeez, a lot of Pennsylvania is also farmland. Exactly how much of the United States is farmland? Because, like, it seems like there's so much. And I mean, it makes sense, I guess, but, like, I don't know. I guess I didn't expect to see this much farmland. I expected to see, ironically, more nothing. And I think I've gotten more farmland than nothing. Though I do love these little, they almost look like villages. They make me think of the settings for a lot of those old, you know, trashy claymation Christmas movies. Like, this is where the Santa Claus is Coming to Town movie is probably filmed in, like, a miniature version of this. At long last, it's been 84 years. Oh, God, jeez, Lord. Maverick just wasn't the same baby. They had fucking nothing made out of plants. We finally have less than 2 hours to go. It took forever, and it's been exhausting, and I had to pull over and get coffee stat, because despite my brief nap, which, now that I'm thinking about it, wasn't really substantial enough to make a difference anyway, I'm still very tired. But we're nearly there. I can't wait. I can't face it. What is it you can't face? That's my favorite joke. And with that, we are officially in New Jersey. Jeez, I am just an hour and 40 minutes away from home. I'm looking forward to it, but I'm worried about, you know, all the work that has to be done now that I'm here. There's a lot to do, but it is what it is. One step at a time, let's focus on getting there. Route 35. I have missed you, you vicious bitch. It's good to be home. Glad nothing has changed and everybody still drives like fucking assholes. Great. Welcome home. So, I have officially made it back home. I've missed it something fierce. Look at all that. It's a lot to miss. The journey back home was exhausting. It was difficult. It was long. But I'd probably do it again. And who knows what's coming. Maybe I will. My sister lives in LA now. Got every reason to visit her, and I am not taking a flight that far. There's plenty of bullshit to deal with now that I'm back. But I can't think of another place I'd rather solve the problems. I'm Percy Jackson today. Without any of the ability. I'm not laughing at you, Poseidon. Please don't fuck me over. I do not need the Odysseus treatment. Ugh. So thanks for watching for as long as you have, if you have. It's been a wild fucking ride. Now I have to go do the most dangerous thing on my to-do list so far. I gotta visit my high school.